How about we do a quick box opening before our little road trip and Hoffman TV acquisition video here, and general discussion about some YouTube stuff. This is a gift from WION radio, and if you're new to the channel, a while ago, maybe earlier this year actually, it's hard to tell, we're almost into 24 now, I did a whole series of videos on AM stereo radio and an AM receiver, and it included couple different tours of radio stations and a lot of discussion about commercial AM broadcast and the math, and there's a whole playlist. I think it's 5 or 6 videos, and it really, if you're interested in AM broadcast, AM stereo, it's worth watching the whole thing. 10-pound box, $66.65. Now, is the Postal Service still basically doing everything in SDRs? So as the BRICS nations come up and the US dollar dies, this is just going to keep going up and up and up as the value of the dollar drops. I know the post office used to do stuff in strategic drawing rights. I don't know what they're doing now. Freaking chainsaw out. Let's see what we got here. WION 1430. Hello to our friend in video and radio. First, an apology of the tardiness of this package. We've been trying to get it to you for some time, but our life and work got in the way. And another apology for the slight variance in color on the WION logo on the shirt. Somehow the company from which we ordered. Okay, now for the surprise contents. I take the muffler off my car because I have small genitals. Okay, okay, this is a whole bunch of stuff. Ooh, WION. Is this a hoodie? Is this a hoodie? Can I roll with the cool kids now? It's a hoodie. Alright. Oh boy. Don't think and drive. This is like radio station promotional stuff. Ooh, a Joule 10 transistor radio. I've worked on these before. They can be interesting to fix. So we'll have to do this in a future video. What do we have here? Home radio pocket troubleshooter. We're pretty good at troubleshooting stuff. That's one of the strengths of this channel, I think. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. AM FM all-weather headphone radio. Wow, that's hideous. Can you imagine? I mean, throw your phone and iBuds in the trash. Step aside. We have state-of-the-art AirPods, EarPods, whatever they're called. Ooh, another radio. I think this got a little bit caught in there. That's okay. Wow, is that hard? What do we have here? This is cool. This is a no name. Oh, there we go. Sound design. Boy, that must be an old sound design. Or a different sound design. 10 transistors. That's very cool. We'll have to make a video on that. What do we got? Oh, some clip leads. That's a small town radio station. Vote. Vote for WION I-1430. Okay. We're moving fast here. Gonna be a wild video, that's for sure. What do we got here? Oh, digital TV converter box. Every single TV repair video I post where I show the TV playing the news, they always ask, how do you do that? How do you get modern TV when it's digital on this old TV? High voltage probe for Syncor. That's sort of interesting. Have to look into that. All right, moving quick. What do we got here? A book. Characteristics of Sylvania receiving tubes with price list. These books are very, very handy, especially since they give you the pinouts. Okay, continuing on, what do we got here? Got some batteries for that remote. We got an old rotten line cord. I don't know, maybe you could sniff that if you miss your vintage electronics. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, Craig integrated. That's interesting. It's got the Sanyo logo on it. I think isn't that the Sanyo logo? Integrated circuit rechargeable. So we'll have to come back to these. This is a little gift box from WION. And like I said, if you missed that video on the station, definitely, if you're into AM broadcast radio in general, it's worth checking out. I should have taken the time to read the notes first. Ooh. Even have a cruise reference in here. So this is a resistive line cord. Resistance line cords. So this is just an example. Of course, I believe this is called a curtain burner. And this is for radios where the filament string did not add up to the full line voltage. So they would have a curtain burner. This gets hot. It's just like a big long wire resistor that spreads the heat out. But anyway, imagine you could buy step-down resistance line cords from 220 to 110. Yeah, I need to read this. We'll come back to this in another video, because this goes through. In the Amazon bubble wrap is an interesting little AM radio that needs help. So all this stuff, these are all things to fix on the channel. In the white first class envelope is a Zinwell digital TV converter box. We found that the Zinwell box is model used more sensitive than most tuners in modern TVs. So they're saying that this is a very good performing, box. Heavy duty colorful clip leads. All right. Once again, thank you very much. WION AM 1430 stereo. Yeah. FM 92.7. Taking a little closer look at this, I kind of skipped over the details. Of course, News Radio 600 Kogo, I tune that in occasionally. That's out of San Diego. And I can get that here on radios that are pretty decent performing. And look at this lineup here. It's pretty interesting. I wonder what year this is from. Rush Limbaugh, 9 to noon. Laura Schlesinger, remember her? She got canceled, didn't she? Noon to 3 p.m. I don't remember Roger. Lionel, I think I do know who Lionel is. And look at this, Art Bell. 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Damn, that's a long radio show unless it repeats. But this is interesting. How cool. This is a little piece of history right here. And of course, Kogo is kind of like KNX. Kind of like LA's KNX a little bit. Another Sunday, another vintage TV pickup. What's a trip is this one is coming from almost exactly the same area as the last Zenith we did, the solid state Zenith with the questionable capacitors in the high voltage circuit. Anyway, this one came forwarded to me from Bob Anderson, B. Anderson TV. And Bob's been putting out some pretty good content lately on black and white sets. It's what he mainly focuses on. And he did a video recently on the little 7-inch sets and solid state replacement for the ballast. And he's been doing a series on just general A to Z from acquisition to working 1950s black and white set. And I gotta say, I'd like to see his videos get some more views. If you're into restoring vintage TVs, the content is solid. I know oftentimes the algorithm doesn't sort of fairly promote creators and push content out there, and this might be one of those cases. You know, they'll just flat out not show you videos from a channel you're subscribed to. You just have to kind of go there and look, you know. Hey, there should be a new video out by this person. I haven't seen anything. Let me take a look at the channel. And they've really just completely squashed any kind of, you know, relevant feedback in the comments. It seems like if the comment on a video isn't, "Oh, I love you, your videos are so great, I can't get enough, you're the best thing in the world," if it's anything critical, you know, that might help you improve, those comments just kind of vanish into the ether, which I mean, yeah, the censorship thing, most of my viewers probably know how I feel about that. So definitely check out B. Anderson TV's channel. I'll try and remember to include a link. And, you know, if you're into restoring black and white sets, a lot of just, especially the Predicta stuff, a lot of just totally valuable information there. Look at the sky is actually blue today. That's kind of a trip. I should also say that I think Bob's located in the Chicago area, and he's actually actively, or maybe by appointment, taking in, you know, vintage television restoration jobs. So if you're looking for somebody to restore a set that you have, don't you forget. So yeah, Bob Anderson is doing repairs for people, restorations of vintage TVs for people. He's in the Chicago area. And talking to the gentleman I just picked the TV up from, he said that the contact information is very hard to find now. YouTube moved it. There used to be an About tab on the channel page. There's no longer an About tab. The contact information is just kind of right on the main page under the channel name and all of that. You have to kind of click see more. To find contact information, now you go to the main channel page. Then here under the description, it'll say there's an arrow. You hit that arrow, and then this window pops up, and there you go. There's view email address. So very difficult to find. Again, find the user, open the user's main page, then right here, hit this, and it'll pull up a box, and you scroll down, and there's view email address. So yeah, he said that he tracked down Bob Anderson's email off some website and then was able to reach out to him and get my contact information. But yeah, this is another thing, you know, YouTube it's like a grocery store that constantly moves the items. You get used to where the things you buy are, and then you go in and they've moved everything all around and you have to relearn the whole damn store again. That's what YouTube's done, like the navigation part of it. So we got a Hoffman TV to check out here. Check out this really neat cart that he built for this Hoffman TV. Shopping cart wheels with drilled a hole through the put a cotter pin in it through the rod. It's really ridiculous. Look at the size of these bolts. This is insane. And it's made to fit right on the bottom of the TV. How cool. Well, let's get it out and do an analysis. Check this out, the way this fits on here. This is, it's slotted so that it fits right in the, this is Clerco-Twerkulicious. This is very cool. Very much happy, thank you, sunshine smiley face. 1949 Hoffman Easy Vision black and white console television. Designer luxury. Seems like I'm always running into a lot of these because these were made in Los Angeles. So they're made right here in the hometown somewhere at some time. And yes, that green glass is green glass. That is the Easy Vision gimmick. Easy Vision lens. Neon green. Wonder if maybe this has some some of that uranium coloring in it. We should take the counter to this and see. Anyway, a lot of these had an AM/FM tuner in it. Apparently this one does not, but it's interesting that Channel 9 says KFI, and KFI is a big AM station, KFI 640, but maybe it was also a TV station at one time. So of course KTLA is still on Channel 5. KNXT, no, I don't know what Channel 2 is, but it's CBS now. So maybe when this TV was being used, only Channel 2, 5, and 9 were on the air? I don't know. It's a good question. This was probably originally a beautiful brass plate. Look at how it's screwed on there. This is probably just going to be a quick analysis video. I'm not going to be able to resurrect this right now. I'm probably not even going to power it up. I'm currently in the middle of moving a small building somebody donated. Here's the back. This is a nice soft asbestos sheet. So that will probably have to remove that because it's coming apart. Spray it with a little water and get it damp, and then soften it up and remove it. I'm not scared of it. It's just, you know, you want to be responsible with it. You don't want to be doing lines of it. (16 AP4). So unfortunately, this is a metal bell CRT. This is a CRT is a metal cone, and these like to go to air. So we're probably going to check the CRT and just not go much further. Sorry for the disappointment. We don't want to power this up though, because this is all the filters are going to be shorted in this. Taylor. Nice big 12 in there. This thing ought to bump. 1949. Oh, I did get the back. Let me grab that. This is almost a rarity to find a TV with the back. There you go. You can make out Los Angeles, California. You really can't read chassis there. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Bob Anderson is doing a video series on how to restore one of these sets kind of from A to Z. And one of the things he does not mention in his finding service documentation video is he doesn't mention what if there's no back and there's no chassis number and no model number. And I run into that a lot, especially on resurrections. And kind of what you have to do is the only thing we have to go on here is the date. So you literally just have to go to Riders or Sam's and start digging through that date, say from early 49 into 1950, because we don't know when this set was sold or when the service data was completed. But I don't see a and the way you do that is you just look at the tube chart, look at the chassis, and start trying to match it up to the schematic. But yeah, I can't read this. Take it in the sun. Okay, it looks like what it says here is chassis 151. That looks like that says chassis 151. So at least that gives us something sort of to go on. But yeah, I mean, a lot of times you just have to dig and dig. Sometimes I spend hours looking for service data on these things. 16 AP4. And we're going to start off a little low here, about 5 volts. We'll see if we see any light. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. We'll go up a little bit here. We'll go up to 6. No shorts. No G1 shorts. Gun balance or cutoff. Nothing there. Emissions. Nothing there. Okay. Definitely doesn't look like it's got too much air in it, if it has any, because it's nice and bright. All right, let's do this. Let's come up. This is a filament voltage. Let's come up there to about 7. And then we'll just let it sit there for a few minutes and kind of heat up. Guess I could clean that off. Probably a lot of asbestos dust right there from this. This delicious little morsel. Yummy. Just a mined mineral, it's harmless. There's our emissions so far. I don't think this is no longer an easy vision with those emissions. Well, it has improved a little bit. Actually have some cutoff now, imagine that. But I am on a little bit higher voltage. Let's go down to the appropriate 6.3 volts and see what it does. It'll produce a picture. It's not going to be great. It's going to be cloudy and soft, and might be worth resurrecting though. I want to pull the chassis out and take a look, but in order to do that I have to remove this asbestos sheet, and I don't really want to get into that today, so we're going to save this. I know this has been a really short video. I guess I could see if I can find the service information real quick before we close out. Okay, under Hoffman we do have a 151 chassis, which is in 517. Okay, so 151 is without the radio tuner. 152 has the AM/FM radio tuner. We've actually done that on this channel before. Let's see how our bakage is doing here. It's waking up. Yeah, see how it immediately starts to fall. It's not good, but it will produce a picture. It's certainly not dead. I wonder what the life of these era of CRT was. A couple thousand hours, maybe 2,500 to 5,000 hours. Anyway, we got the CRT is okay. We got the service data. We got the model identified. And I think what I'll do is I'll write model 151 on here, because without the back there really is no identification to this thing. So I'm going to write 151 on here. Anyway, we'll get back to this early next year. Lots of resurrections, hardcore stuff to do. And hopefully we got some debates coming up. You know, my whole thing was pull a TV out that morning, have it resurrected and working by the time the debates hit. Those are always fun to watch on an old TV. Not sure if the contestants that we think are going to be the contestants will actually be the contestants, but who knows who the contestants will be. In any case, it's a good excuse to resurrect. 1949 Hoffman.